at 12 noon on DBS Radio, Kyrie FM, and Voice of Life Radio, and at 12:30 p.m. on Q95 and DA Vibes for updates on our progress for more reliable and efficient service. Tune in every Monday and Friday.
And on that note, we say good afternoon to Adina Bellot Valentine from a good break. Adina, good afternoon.
It has definitely been a welcome break. Trust me. Good afternoon to you, Kim. Good afternoon to our listeners of DBS Radio, Kyrie FM, Voice of Life, and a little later on, of course, on DA Vibes and Q95 FM. My guest this afternoon is Dave Stamp. Dave Stamp is the company's Chief Operations Officer. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Stamp. How are you? You on mute as usual?
Sorry about that. Good afternoon, Adina. Good afternoon to all of the listeners. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, Stamp, it has been, as I indicated earlier, a welcome break. How are you doing? How was Independence?
Well, the independence celebration was good. Dominican independence is always a very good and interesting event. I continue to be impressed and admire the deep cultural. Dominica has retained their cultural interest. Some of the other islands are actually losing their love for culture, so it's impressive and it was good. It was very enjoyable.
Well, you're well integrated now. I'm sure you have your passport by now. So, I mean, you're one of us. But you know, we've been for the last couple months, we've been, trying to get our generation capacity up to speed. We've had a number of initiatives, and we saw, as we indicated earlier, welcome break over the Independence holiday, and we will get to that a little later. But take us up to speed, Stamp, as to where we are in terms of capacity.
Well, today, Adina, our available capacity today, this morning when I checked, was 18.9 megawatts, which just under 19 megawatts.
Oh, that's great.
All right, and our expected peak for today was 16.4 megawatts. And if you do the maths, you have approximately a 13% reserve margin, and that's very good.
Nice.
That's nice. Much better than we used to be. We were in the negatives, and now we're in the positive side. There's something else I would like to share to our listeners is that our lake level, because we've been having some rains recently, our lake level has significantly improved. This morning, the lake level was 7.8 meters. Now, this is the first time, Adina, that the lake has been over 7 meters since February. So that's 8 months, right?
Wow.
So we have been assisted by the weather and the rain pattern has seriously helped. So we're in a much improved position than we were. So yeah.
Yes, but you said our capacity today is at 18 point what?
9, almost 19 megawatts.
18.9, almost 19. We didn't get to 18.9 overnight. What has been done over the past couple of months, because we've been in a terrible situation in the months late August into September. What has gotten us thus far at 18.9? I mean, this is a celebration in itself for us.
Yes. We have done a number of things, but the most fundamental thing that we have done is that we have returned a number of units to service, units that were out on maintenance or units that were out on faults. So we have overcome that situation and brought a number of units to service. So with that, we are in a better position. Let me just point out that we are not exactly where we want to be. We still need to improve upon this situation. We actually prefer our reserve margin to be somewhere from 20% and above. And that would give us a lot more leeway and space to do our maintenance and to deal with any system issues. any trips or faults on the system. So right now we're still a little tight, but we're tight on the positive side. We're still a little tight, and we still have the load management arrangements with our large customers who have generation. So we're still maintaining that agreement and that arrangement. But we expect in this month of November, by the end of this month, we expect a number of significant interventions to come to bear.
Okay, don't go to the significant interventions yet. We will come to the significant interventions, but looking back on independence, we have enjoyed the no load capacity management over independence. I mean, we've heard the talk on the streets that is because the diaspora was here, and all of a sudden, things got almost back to normal. What, I mean, was it just coincidence that, things kind of took a different turn during the independence season, or what happened to turn things around?
It was certainly not coincidence, Adina. It was the result of dedication and hard work and us coming together as a company and also as a country, because we got a lot of assistance from some of the large customers who assisted us by coming off the grid so that their capacity would be freed up for others. So the situation, the good situation you saw over the Creole season, the independence one, was as a result of a combined effort of Domlec working with its partners and customers to basically work us through that situation. Also, the fact that we brought a number of capacity that was down back in service, so that helped. And certainly, we will. If the diasporas go, we will not return to load shedding. So we can.
I was going to come to that.
we can do away with that discussion. It is certainly not our intention. It is not in our interest financially, and it's not in our interest from a PR and from a reputation point of view to return to load shedding. So we certainly did that. So the measures that we've put in place are measures that will hold us until we put additional measures, the additional intervention, additional measures that we will speak to in a while.
Yes, but I'm glad you mentioned that, because persons are already asking, when is the load shedding going to resume? And I mean, where did you get that from? But we are in a better position, and bearing in mind the importance of the independence celebration, the importance of the celebrations to the island's economy in a whole. I mean, we have to say hats off to us for getting it right and for maintaining the supply of energy throughout the independence season. And no one place was affected. And so we're really happy that we have been able to go through this period seamlessly. And, we can look forward to better days ahead as far as the generation and our capacity is concerned. The last time we spoke, Dostam, we had some arrangements being made for some outside intervention. Where are we with that at this point?
Well, yes, Adina. I'm pleased to announce that as I've indicated before, that all of the commercial and legal arrangements were already completed the last time we spoke. And it is our expectation that the 3 additional megawatts of rated capacity should be arriving in the island sometime this week, based on the timelines that were given by the suppliers. We expect them to arrive this week. And once they arrive, we expect them to be installed and commissioned by the end of the month latest. So we are also working in order to get that done. So we should see an additional 3 megawatts on our grid by the end of November, early December. That will also add to our situation. And that reserve margin that we spoke of 13%, should bump up significantly. Now, that is very important, which I'll mention later. It's very important to us to have a significant reserve margin, because it allows us to do other things, and it allows the system to respond without having any customer service interruptions.
That takes me to the question, Dostam. We've gone through the capacity management program. And we're talking about now trying to have a more reserve margin in order to be able to allow us to do other things. Now, persons are at this point seem to be mixing up the issue of routine maintenance as opposed to the load shedding factor of it. We have some maintenance done for this week. I think tomorrow, as a matter of fact, some areas of Jimate up to Hertford Estate and Pishley up to Grand Bay area. And some persons are saying, but look, you all are load shedding again. But, tell us about this routine maintenance that needs to be done, because we've been doing maintenance over the years. That will not change.
Yes. So there are times when we have to interrupt service for maintenance reasons. There are times when we have to do this because there's no other way of doing that kind of maintenance. There are sometimes we do online hotline maintenance, so we can at times, but depending on the nature of the maintenance work, if we have to change major components and so on, which will necessitate us to interrupt our service. So that happens from time to time, and that we send that out as routine maintenance program. So that is what we speak of. And there are also times when we have to do major maintenance in the power station. We normally schedule those so that it minimizes the interruption to our customers. But sometimes it is unavoidable, and in those cases, we advise through our public announcement system that we're having these maintenance, these are the areas expected to be out, and so on. But that's completely different from load shedding. Load shedding is a situation when we just do not have the generating capacity to meet the demand that's out there. And we have zero or negative reserve margin. As I've indicated here, the reserve margin is positive and it is 13%. And we expect by the end of the month, early December, it should jump significantly. Additionally, Adina, we also, in addition to that 3 megawatts of rented capacity, we still have additional capacity that is still out of service, undergoing major maintenance. We also expect that work will be completed and those capacities will return to service also sometime in November, early December. So looking forward, by the end of November, early December, we should also increase our reserve margin even more and going into the Christmas season.
So we're not looking to, but we still have engineers on island working on some of our units, right?
Yes, we have a technician engineer from us from MAN company, that one of our MAN units. We still have that person on island, and we have other consultants still working with us. So we have the requisite external support that we have in order to achieve this.
It's important that we are sustainable and also financially viable. What can we say about our immediate future? Are we in a much better position?
Yes, we are, because the load shedding is something that not just inconveniences our customers, but it hurts us financially, because the load that we shed is income that we have had to give up. Is load not served and income deferred. So now that we're overcoming the load shedding situation, that should assist us financially by increasing our income. So it is good. And from a capacity point of view, as I've mentioned, we're looking good going into the immediate future and also into the Christmas season, which we expect to be as good as our independence season that has just been completed.
All right, so we can say that our services will be returned to one of much good reliability, efficiency, and we will seek to deliver to our customers the service that they so desire 24/7. Again, just to recap, speaking of Stamp earlier, our capacity now is at 18.9, so we're looking at about 13% reserve. So
Yes.
So far we are doing good, and we want to thank, of course, Stamp. Of course, you always thank your hardworking staff for ensuring that, the system is up and running and that we are able to maintain our service and grant that kind of service to our customers. Because we need energy every moment of every day. So, and that's what we aim to do. So we are getting there. Of course, we continue to ask for your patience and your understanding. And we thank you for the patience that you have exhibited over the last few months as we continue to move forward to a better place. Thank you so much, Dave Stamp, the company's Chief Operations Officer, for being my guest today. Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much. And thanks to our listeners for the patience. And we're getting there, and we will significantly improve in the next couple of weeks going into the Christmas season.
All right. This has been your Domlec update for today, Monday. Join us again for another program. Again, thank you to our listeners on DBS Radio, Kyrie FM, Voice of Life, Q95, and DA Vibes. From all of us at Domlec, have a pleasant day.
Domlec is keeping you updated as we work to restore full generation capacity. Join us every Monday and Friday at 12 noon on DBS Radio, Kyrie FM, and Voice of Life Radio, and at 12:30 p.m. on Q95 and DA Vibes for updates on our progress for more reliable and efficient service. Tune in every Monday and Friday.
For all